is Elena Kita, and I'm not running for anything or against anybody. I'm here to tell you what communism is. I was born in 1939, just a few months before Hitler invaded Poland. And my mother said that's when the war started and it never ended. I lived in Romania. You might have heard of Ceausescu, his country, for 30 years. And I saw the effects of the communism. And do not fool yourself. Communism is like a termite colony. It's working first your house from underneath, from within your walls. And then one day you find your house collapsing on you. I witnessed the first Communist Party coming through corruption, through violence, coercion, and every method that they can use. And the next day, they arrested, put in prison, tortured, and killed their opposition. I have seen the priest having to leave the classroom. No more religion. The king had to leave under the threat that millions will die if he doesn't go. And he did. Slowly, all the properties and the means of production were confiscated, nationalized, taken by force. And if that did not work, the people were put in prison. There were collective farms and state farms. And the collective farm, they put your maybe 200-300 years farm and took your cows and all your farm equipment, and you had to work for the collective farm. As for the medical care, there was none for the rural area, so you better watch it. The rest of it was provided with means that were nationalized from the former administration, whether they were hospitals of charity or small private clinics. They became the property of the state, the government, and everybody was an employee of the state. The nuns that used to work for free for everybody, they were forced to throw their habits away and be either nurses at the minimum pay by the government or leave. Education was one of those means by which they prepared their future generations. Through subliminal messages or direct messages, they indoctrinated your children, their children, myself. There was no family unit. Your child had the obligation to denounce his or her parents if they had any subversive ideas against the government. I could go on for days, but I can summarize that millions of people ended up in prisons, including all the males members of my family on both sides, for no crime, just because they had ideas that did not coincide with the party line. Beware. Recently, we received messages from our families, and they are asking us, what happened to you Americans? You were supposed the country that symbolizes freedom of speech and an ideal for the rest of us. Well, I have seen what happened for the last 40 years. And the gentleman earlier said he knows on a communist when he sees one. I know one when I feel one. I sense him. I know him. Please stand up while you still can. Ask questions while you still can. Demand while you still can. God helps those that help themselves. Thank you so much.
very much.